Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and in today's Sunday Reset, we're going to be doing some quick cleaning before going to grab my mom from the airport for Nana's 2-week visit. Can't wait. Thanks for joining me today. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm getting started today in my kitchen. Now, my kitchen is definitely my domino chore. I've mentioned this before. It's something I learned from Amanda from This Crazy Life years ago, probably like 4 years ago when I first started watching cleaning videos. She talked about a domino chore and I instantly related to her. It's the chore you do that helps you jumpstart all of the other chores that you have to do. So this is definitely mine, my kitchen, my island. This is the catch-all in my house. And once I get this place cleaned up and this area cleaned up, I definitely feel like everything else is more manageable. So this is what we're going to tackle first. I also want to take a second to apologize for my nasally voice today. We have been spending a lot of time on the boat, and when I'm on the boat and in the water, I get really congested because all of the pollen from the surrounding trees just sits on the top of that lake and just gets me all kind of congested. So I'm so sorry, but I appreciate you bearing with me. I have a total confession to make about this video, and that is that I had done probably about 4 hours of cleaning and organizing before I turned on the camera. Oh my goodness, that's why this video is a little bit shorter this week. Do you ever get in those cleaning modes where you're literally just bouncing from one place to the next? You're grabbing something in one room to put it into another, and while you're in that other room, you're grabbing something to put it back in the other room. I was just so all over the place that it didn't make sense for me to try to turn on the camera. I couldn't move it around with me as fast as I was moving. I was in full deep clean, whole house, get everybody involved, so I just didn't turn the camera on. But I can give you a little bit of a roundup of what we had done. I had my kids outside weeding for me. We have had a ton of rain, so the weeds are out of control. So definitely needed to get that done. So the kids were helping me with weeding. Danny was mowing the lawn. I had a laundry going. I deep cleaned the guest room, washed all the sheets and blankets, reorganized that closet, got the drawers ready for my mom to visit. So you'll see a little bit of the finalized cleaning in there, but I just did so much that I just didn't turn on the camera, and I'm sorry. I had all intentions of doing that. That's why I got myself ready. I did my hair and makeup because I had all intentions of turning on the camera, but then I just got so Tasmanian devil focused and just bouncing all over the place that it didn't feel like it made any sense. So this is just us doing the final cleaning. I'm going to go through and get everything put away and get everything wiped down and looking nice before I start heading to the airport. My mom actually lives in Colorado. And I think I've mentioned this before on my channel. I'm actually from the West Coast. I was born and raised in Southern California. I was born in Long Beach, and I love that part of the country. I have a lot of love for Southern California. I grew up there. I've made a ton of wonderful memories. When I was in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, I moved to Las Vegas, where I got a job as a massage therapist in my previous life. And that's how I met my husband. I don't think I've ever talked about that, but Danny and I were massage therapists in our previous life. And then we got married and went back to school and became educators. He is a special educator. I am a school counselor, and that's what we do now. And we moved to New England when COVID happened because we wanted to be closer to all of my husband's family. He is from a huge family. I am from a very small family. So that is how we ended up here. But we love when Nana comes to visit. So I am just working on this little section here in my kitchen. I wanted to try something a little bit different. I was getting a little bit bored with my kitchen decor. I'm still feeling that way, but I'm gathering other items to do kind of like an entire kitchen refresh, like taking all of my decor down and putting up fresh decor. I've just had it this way for a long time, so I'm feeling like I want to change. But I had that picture there from, I think that one's from Michael's, and I just put some cutting boards behind it and that rosemary plant, as well as that garlic container there. So the garlic cellar. I definitely think I want to do some refreshing all around my kitchen. So stay tuned for that. Another area that I want to do some sprucing up to is the coffee bar area. I do love the way that it looks. I think it's absolutely beautiful, but again, I've had it this way for a while, and I just think it's time to do a little bit of changing. I think I've had like this exact setup here where my coffee pot is for, I don't know, since February. I've added a couple things, changed a couple things, but like 90% of it has been the same since then. So I think I want to change things up and just get some fresh decor over here. I've been looking through Pinterest to get some inspiration, watching a lot of reels on Instagram, and just trying to get some ideas. I've, taken a few snapshots of vignettes that I've seen that I really like. So stay tuned for that. I definitely want to do some changing, but until then, at least it still looks really pretty. I still have not replaced my dining room table. I'm having a really hard time pulling the trigger on this one. And it's just, I think it's because it's such a big statement piece here in my space that I want something that's affordable, but that looks nice, that's going to match everything. I don't know. So in the meantime, I just put this tablecloth from Hearth and Hand at Target on the table. I thought it was perfect for summer and gave it a little bit of a refresh while I wait for the new table. Another room that Danny and I want to spruce up is our family room. I've got some really big plans for this space, so that's going to be later on. It's definitely not like a one-day project, but it is something I think we have slotted for the beginning of August. So stay tuned. But I think I've said that like 4 times this video now. So those of you who love to count with the things that I say, there's one. Count, stay tuned this one, because I think that's been a lot. But I really do want you to stay tuned because I do have some big ideas for this room. I think this is kind of strange, but we're trying to add as much character and old feeling to our home as we can, considering it's a new build. So one of those things that we want to do is beams, and I love the look of beams. I just don't want to take up a ton of space and encroach on the living space down below. So we're trying to find a way to add the character of beams and the color of beams without adding in too much bulk. So I think we have a plan. I think we've got that figured out, and I can't wait to share that with you. And here's a look at the guest room, all nice and ready for a visitor. And normally when nobody is staying here at our house, my son Ronan, he's my middle child, he shares a room with his teen brother Aiden upstairs. They have the biggest room in the house. It's the room above the garage, absolutely ginormous, but for some reason he will just come down here and hang out so that he has a little bit more space. So I had to kick him out so that I could make it ready for Nana's visit, and she felt bad, but I reminded her that that is not his bedroom, and that's just where he hangs out when nobody is staying there. So it was nice to get that room ready, and I also love to use that room for an office. There's a desk in there, although falling apart. There is a desk, and that's where I like to go do my voiceovers, and I can feel like I can spread out while I'm editing. Instead of sitting in my bed like I'm doing now, or on my couch or at my dining room table, I just feel like that gives me a little bit more space. So I would like to be able to head back in there. We'll see what I can do. They have giant walk-in closets upstairs, so I told him I'd try to figure out a way to make him a cool space in there with some LED lights and maybe a bean bag, somewhere he can go if he wants to talk on the phone with a friend. And he doesn't have to worry about his teen brother snooping on him, even though he's not. Now I'm going to do my least favorite chore, and that's mopping. Danny absolutely would have done this for me, except he was outside working on the yard. So I had to be a big girl and do it on my own, although I really despise it. But this mop does make it easy. This is the O-Cedar mop. It is the original version. There is a newer version that is a little bit better because it keeps your water separated. A lot of you told me about using a trash can in like a small little wastebasket in the O-Cedar mop to help keep the water separated. And I really do need to do that because I feel like that would be very helpful. I just need to get myself a little wastebasket, but just gonna get the floors mopped, and that should wrap us up. There are a million reasons why I do not like mopping the floor, but I think the one that that is number one for me is just there are so many floors to be mopped. Our entire downstairs is this luxury vinyl planking here. Otherwise, it's tile in our bathroom. So lots and lots and lots of floor to mop. And I think that's probably why I don't like it so much, because it is a chore that I don't enjoy, and there's so much of it, but it really does make a big difference. These floors do such a great job of hiding a lot of things, but when it is clean, I'm like, wow, that was really dirty. Wait till you see when I pour out this water. I actually showed it to Danny when I was editing, and he was like, are you going to put that in? That's embarrassing. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was really bad. And right now it's summer. My kids are constantly in and out of my house. I probably am going to need to mop a little bit more often because it was really dirty. Do you mop your house in the same order every time? I feel like it's taking a shower. I always do the same pattern throughout my house when I mop. It's the same when I take a shower. I wash the same way. I think it's kind of a weird habit to notice, but I do mop my floors the exact same way every time. And I mean, it works, but do you do that too? And now the moment of truth. Okay, this is a no judgment zone, but here it is. This is how dirty my floor was. Holy cow. That's embarrassing. But I'm really glad I got it done. I'm going to finish today by taking my room spray here. It's actually linen spray that I picked up at Home Goods. It smells so good. And I gave my sofa a good spray as well as the guest bed in my bed. And the house felt fresh and clean and it smelled delicious and it felt ready to go. So I hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me today in this Sunday reset. These are some of my favorite videos to film and edit, and I feel like this is what I love to watch on YouTube, so I love to share them with you. And hopefully you felt motivated today to get some things done. Maybe you have to mop your floor. Let that be a little reminder to mop your floor a little more often. Anyway, thank you, my friends. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe if you're not already. I'd love for you to come back and take care, my friends. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.